Welcome back, everybody. It is time for yet another Friendsim. We are up to volume 12. This has been fun. This has been a good, solid, like 6 months of just constant stuff to stream and play. You know, Homestuck never dies. It never goes away. Here we are up to volume 12 of this weird little spin-off. So let's get to it, shall we? Volume 12 of Know Nothings and Know-It-Alls. God, you have a headache. Is it dehydration? Only if you're thirsty for companionship. Are you hurt? Only your heart. And it aches for more pals. Is it withdrawal? Only from your addiction to new buddies. This character has a problem. Really, there's only one cure for what ails you. Friendship! You wonder whose sweet medicine you'll be imbibing this time. Okay, so we've got Gilekh, Xigisi, and Tirana Kasund. My immediate impression of this guy is, just from his look, I get the feeling that he's Tagora's rival. Like, you remember way back in volume, 4 or 5, we had to scare off that one blue blood by pretending we were a rainbow drinker. I think that's this guy. Just going off of his overall appearance, because he looks like a lawyerly type. Also, the Steam page had him standing in a library or something, which I don't know, makes me think he has he has a lawyer vibe. I think he's Tagora's rival, and this incredibly smug little teal blood. But let's start off with Lawyer Dude, who I'm just realizing does not have his sign readily visible. So that's interesting. But yeah, so let's start with Presumed Lawyer Dude. It's a chilly night. Not in a bad way, though. It's the kind of crisp air that invigorates you. You think you might just fuck around and make a friend. You might hear my fan in the background. That's because it's hot and I don't want to turn it off. You're busy breathing in a big old lungful of the stuff when you hear someone call out behind you. Excuse me, alien? I would like a word. It's phrased like a request, but delivered like a command. You don't recognize the voice, so you do some mental calculations as you turn. Whoever it is seems like they know who you are, which could be good or really, really bad. You could make it to... oh no! You could make it to Zebra's Hive in a few blocks if you had to make a run for it. That's a terrible... No. No, no, no. I would risk the clown... Excuse me. I would risk the clown church again before going back to Zebra's apartment. No. Jesus Christ. That's not exactly a place you'd like to take Sanctuary, though. Good, we're on the same page. So you figure the risk of talking to this mystery troll is worth it. By the time you've rotated around to face them, you've got a big friendly grin on. It's a bit of work to keep it when you see who it is. Tall, sharp suit well filled out, curly hair, cute little Christmas tree looking horns, and an expression that screams, would pay someone else to bisect you if you call anything about him cute. You called me cute. It's a good thing you didn't choose to run, because last time you saw this guy, he was sprinting away from your sparkly self at top speeds. You'd have no chance. Hey, it is him. Nice. Chat says, if you made it to Zebra's Hive, you could use him as a shield. This is an excellent point. Alright, how's the volume look? Yeah, the volume looks fine. Okay. You'd have no chance. He strides towards you now with considerable less fear, but about as much purpose. Reader has become more aware. Indeed he has. Playing it friendly, you hold out your hand for him to shake. He takes it immediately, like it's an instinct. Yes, yes, I'm Gilekh. I'm Gilekh Xigisi. You are the alien. Nice to meet you. Officially, etc., etc. It is imperative that we speak, as it is a matter of some importance. I hope you will take my request seriously and follow me to my hive, where we can talk more openly. 1. It is in your best interest to comply. Interesting. Wow, okay then. You got a wordy motherfucker over here, huh? A short and sweet, hey, let's hang out, would have worked your friend thirsty self on your friend thirsty self. But that's fine. Oh, you can click the citation numbers? Okay. Citation 1. Follow me back to my hive, where we can talk more openly. I live right around the corner. It is in your best interest to comply. Footnote. This is not a threat. Rather, it is a genuine expression of the critical nature of my request. There's a footnote within the footnote. Oh, God. If it were a threat, you would know. PPS. Oh, Jesus. Get out of here. Oh. Anyway, blah, blah, blah. Could have just said hang out. This reminds me of, what was that book series called? There's like this hilarious book series that I read about this demon, and like there was and it was kind of a running gag that every time, well, he was a Dijin, you know, so like a Middle Eastern demon, and like it was a running gag throughout the series where every time where he would keep adding little footnotes to the action, and the footnotes were hilarious. If anybody can remember the name of this series, tell me in chat, because I would kind of like to reread it again. It's like a good young adult fiction kind of thing. Anyway. You don't have anything else to be doing, so why not follow this pushy Hybla back to his house? I think they made a shitty movie out of it. It's possible. They made shitty movies out of a lot of those novels back in the day. A lot of YA novels back in the day. Anyway. You don't have anything else you should be doing, so why not follow this pushy Hybla back to his house? Not Diary of a Wimpy Kid. The Bartimaeus sequence! Yes, that was it. Okay, yes, Bartimaeus. Like, if you're looking for, like, you know, a modern fantasy storyline with a snarky-ass demon, look up Bartimaeus. It's a great book series. I believe it's a trilogy. Last I checked, it was a trilogy. You never know with these series. Sometimes they go on after you lose track of them, but there are at least 3 books, and it's great, and go read it. It's hilarious. You don't have anything else? You get okay. Wonderful. This way. I don't know why, but this little walking animation that Hiveswap does cracks me up, where they just sort of bounce a little bit. He stays true to his word and doesn't say anything else as he leads you towards his hive. But you watch the way he clenches his teeth and flicks his eyes back at you as he walks. He's probably a little annoyed that we managed to scare him. He's about to explode, holding it all in. You walk a little slower just to bask in the need emanating off of him. Still dizzy with the feeling of having your presence wanted so badly, you trip a bit heading up the wide flight of stairs. And there are a lot of them. Jesus, he could have... Could have warned me about stairs, bro. Could have warned me. You trip a bit heading up the wide flight of stairs. There are a lot of them. Jesus, he could have warned you at least. That's good. It's a good one. That one got me. People in chat didn't even notice the joke. You look up as you pull yourself to your feet. The stairs lead up to an old stone building covered in ivy that creeps around some pointy-topped windows and up to the tops of turrets. It looks like some kind of place a crusty old professor might walk out of, followed by a flock of khaki-clad rich boys. The The door opens a creak, and you do not hear anyone debating the difference between the movie and the film in there, but you do hear bleeding? Sheep? Sounds reasonable. The key to reusing the gag is to wait long enough that the audience forgets to expect it. Very true. Very true. Once inside, Gilekh beckons you through the foyer and into another room, this time unlatching what looks like a very tall metal baby gate to let you both in. He checks the latch twice after he shuts it, then gestures to a pair of studded high-backed chairs on either side of a fire. Yeah, his hive is very nice. Here, let me just... Yeah. Yeah, it's got a look to it. Very much like this. This is the kind of place I would build in Minecraft, to be honest. Whoops. Wrong button. Gestures to a pair of stairs by the fire. Chairs by the fire. He has a picture of his hive in his hive. Yes. Which, I mean, is not that unusual, really. Like if you do live in a swanky-ass mansion like this, you will have, like, a picture of the exterior somewhere, because, you know, because this architecture is art in and of itself. And you must bask in the glory of it, and whatever pretentious bullshit. Please take a seat. I'll make us some coffee. You will not have had any like this before, as the taste is drastically different from the slop you get from a public coffee house. Footnote. It is possible your pal is not experienced enough to tell the difference, but I can walk you through the simpler points. You do take that seat, and look around while he fucks with an antique espresso machine. Hi, cat. He has a desk covered in papers, open books, and a typewriter, and along the walls there are bookshelves leading up to a vaulted ceiling. Everything has an air of purposeful messiness to it, like he pulls off some of his cooler titles to leave laying around for like he pulled some of his cooler titles to leave laying around for you to see. How flattering. You mentioned that this must be one of those personal jerk-off book hives Terezi was talking about? Excuse me? Not Terezi, Theseus. Why'd they call her Terezi? Excuse me? Oh, never mind. You clear your throat and ask him what he wanted to talk about. He hands you a cup and sits down in the other chair. Connection cut out the immune response? Not much. You might have missed the, I could have warned you about stairs, bro, joke. So yes, a little sweet bro and hello, Jeff, for you to get us into the mood. Hands you the cup and sits down in the other chair. Oh, Jesus Christ. Okay. Of course, I just wanted to clear up a misunderstanding between us. Footnote. This is gonna be another cankry. Got a cankry in our hands. Of course, I just wanted to clear up a misunderstanding between us. Footnote. Specifically, you misunderstanding me. You may be under the false impression that I am uninformed regarding the attributes of rainbow drinkers. You may even think that you successfully fooled me into thinking you were one yourself when we first met. I just had not previously encountered one in real life, nor had I ever seen an alien for that matter. Footnote. I have spent considerable time in the interim researching you, of course, which is why I was able to track you down so easily. Furthermore, when I saw you before, you were in the company of one Tagora Gorjak. Footnote. Rainbow motherfucker extraordinaire. I'm from now on only going to refer to Tagora that way. Rainbow motherfucker extraordinaire. I was making the most reasonable assumption possible, given the information I had available. It makes complete sense if you think about it. Rainbow fucker extraordinaire. He looks at you expectantly. Oh, guess it's your turn to say something. Yeah, he is so insecure about this, it is kind of cute. It's like, but I wasn't really scared. You know, that's this guy. Okay, let's save. Is that, all? I don't give a shit, my dude. What do his footnotes sound like in person anyway? Who knows? That was another great gag in the Bartimaeus trilogy. At some point, another character becomes aware of the footnotes, and it completely fucks with him. He's like, what are you... How are you doing that? Let's see. I missed a meta footnote? Oh, I did miss a meta footnote. I'll scroll back in a second. Is that... oh, I honestly don't know which one is the better one. Actually, can I scroll back? Oh, yeah, I can scroll back before doing that. Okay. Ah, yes. Rainbow fucker extraordinaire. Footnote. He wishes. Anyway. Okay. I really have no idea which one is preferable, so I'm just going to start with the top one. Footnote in the footnotes. Rainbow fucker extraordinaire, he wishes. Man, what the fuck is this guy talking about? He thought whatever he wanted was going to be a way bigger deal. You want to get this straight, you say? Excuse me. He dragged you all the way here under a thick veil of secrecy, just so he could tell you... Excuse me. He dragged you all the way here under a thick veil of secrecy, just so he could tell you he knows what he's talking about? That he was actually right and not wrong, smart and not dumb, specifically about rainbow drinkers? Yes. Is this confusing to you? I cannot have people thinking incorrect things about me. Yes, footnote. Technically not only specifically about this topic, but that is the pertinent piece of information is conversational context. Oh, this guy's adorable. Cool. No. You were just checking. You tap your fingers on the leather arm of the chair. Is that all he wanted from you? Oh, yes, I suppose. As long as we're in agreement and you do not intend to spread any misinformation. You promise? That is great news. You may leave. There's a long pause. He looks disappointed somehow. You're not sure if this is what he was expecting, but it sure as hell is what is transpiring. I will show you out. Oh, man. Just conversation. It's like, okay, you said what you wanted to say? Okay, conversation over. Bye-bye. Yeah, the face in the window is great. Okay, well, that was interesting. Yeah, it's... Fortunately, I don't really have the technology to, like... Well, I do have it. It would be kind of a pain in the ass to, like, zoom in on the face in the window. But just imagine me doing that, because that face is kind of great. Anyway, so... We're making this transpire. It's probably the most uneventful failure we've ever had. Just like failure by virtue of the fact that the conversation ended. Okay. Zoom enhance. Okay. LMAO, I don't give a shit, my dude. You laugh, and then realize he's 100% serious. He really cares that much about what you think of him. It reminds you a bit of you a months ago. Or, you know, a few days ago. Still, you know what it's like. The key to making friends is to tell them you don't give a shit about what they say, obviously. You tried to tread the line between humoring him and easing him out of having to care that fucking much. You tell him you'd like him even if he was a complete rube, a total rainbow-drinking lore idiot. If his incompetence knew new bounds, I get it. Oh, heck. If the barely contained panic in his eyes was any indication, he isn't at all placated by that. You cut off that line of friend finagling and try something you hope is a little more his speed. It must be cool to have a primary source sitting on his own jerk-off book hive, though, right? He exhales, gathering himself a little. I'm not sure why you keep calling it that, but I do admit I am interested in the chance to learn more about you. Footnote. Stop immediately. Stop calling this a jerk-off hive. His fingers twitch. You hope he doesn't mean it like creepy dissection in a creepy dissection kind of way. Stop saying that, Protag. You are free to leave, right? You glance anxiously at the locked baby gate. What? Of course you can leave. Just because I'm a highblood does not mean I'm a fucking sadist. Footnote. You should know by now that that predilection is not bound to any one caste. That is true. Footnote. Footnote, footnote. Footnote. I have more important things to be doing. Footnote. What? Usually. Whoops. Anyway, so I accidentally missed the footnote, and so that sped me ahead. Anyway, I'm not a fucking sadist. You should know by now that that predilection is not bound by any one caste. I have better things to do. Usually. My interest in you is purely academic and friendly. Footnote. I know you are amenable to that kind of thing. Furthermore, that gate is not for you. Footnote. Do not worry about it. If all goes well this evening, we will not have to make use of it. Ominous. You do definitely worry about it, but not in the present actionable way. Just in the sort of under-the-surface self-preservation way you've worried about, you know, everything that's tried to end your run here in Alternia so far. Plus, he offered you friendship. You'll reach your heart into that monkey trap any day. Hell yeah, then. You'll throw your arms out, toss your head, and tell him you're all ready to be studied and subsequently friended. Gilekh doesn't pounce right on that, though. Mostly he looks uncomfortable, which doesn't stop him from talking. I do have considerable interest in understanding the pathos of the alien. What I really want to know is what makes you so magnetic. All observable criteria points to you not being much to look at, but there seems to be something about you that draws people in. Footnote. Whoops, I missed it. These footnotes have a tiny hitbox. I apologize if you're offended. That isn't even on the top 10 list of insults you've heard since landing, so you brush it off just fine. Well, clearly MSPA reader can hear the footnotes since he is responding directly to them. Whew. Their legs are their greatest feature. Plus, you have it on good authority that your legs are nice! You flex those bad girls in order to give yourself a little self-esteem boost. Excuse me. I was wondering if you had immiserial status, but the more I learn about you, the more difficult it becomes to make any sense of your plans. Accounts of your activities contradict each other at almost every turn. It's because the timeline is fucked. You're either the most suave and well-connected plenipotentiary I have ever heard of, or you are running around with no clue what you're doing and somehow it works for you anyway. Can't it be both things, Can it be motherfucking both things? I'm strongly leaning towards the latter, especially after this meeting. Footnote. For example, what the fuck are you doing with your legs right now? Is that supposed to be impressive to me? Plenipotentiary. I have no idea what that really means, to be honest. I've never seen that word before. You mean, it's worked before. A low, frustrated clicking rumbles in his throat. He puts his coffee aside and crosses his legs. This is the sort of thing I'm talking about. I know all about your antics, leg-based and otherwise. I just cannot work out what the draw is. Footnote. Again, no offense is intended, and if you feel that way, that is on you. I'm just trying to understand. Why do people like this? People have been asking that question about Homestuck for a long time, my dude. I am sorry. There is no answer. Well, the real answer is just because it's good and fun and awesome. He seems pretty fixated on this. You wonder if perhaps he has some hidden reason for wanting to know why other trolls might be into your freaky little self. Some sort of personal interest in another troll's friendship decisions and inclinations and interests. Just, you know, maybe. Good thought. Good thought, MSPA reader. You wait for him to blush, but he doesn't. He does start talking very quickly, though. It's cool of him to ask instead of dissecting you. That is nice of him. First of all, I do not know what you mean by that. Secondly, I do not base my self-worth on anything so external. Hypothetically, if I did happen to be invested in what someone else thought of me, I would not tell you about it. Hypothetically? Right. You would probably just tell him anyway. By him, I mean any hypothetical mutual acquaintance. Uh-huh. Yep. This guy's an open book. Furthermore, just because I'm not a freak does not mean I do not have desirable traits. Oh, look, there's the bleeding. There's the source of the bleeding, I meant to say. You think he'd probably keep going forever now that he started letting it all out. But there's a sound behind you that shuts him the hell up. The bleeding goat. You both turn to see his Lucius, a big, scruffy goat, gently headbutting the baby gate. It looks extremely friendable. Feed the beast. Both of these options sound hilarious, to be honest. Goat Dad. Goat Dad Mark II. Goat Dad Mark III when you think about it, because there's Gamzee's Lucius, Asgore from Undertale, and now Goat Dad number 3. Goats are great. Stay on topic. We're too close. Stay on topic. Or feed the beast. Although he did give that ominous note about the baby gate, so I think something bad will happen if we try to feed the goat. Smug goat. Smug goat to go along with the smug teal blood and the other route. I think feed the beast is going to go badly, so let's do that. Well, on the other hand, shenanigans might be what we're going for here, because like that's his whole thing is he's trying to figure out what the appeal of MSPA reader is, and the appeal is shenanigans mostly. So, feed the beast. We're gonna just stay on topic and see what happens. We're all reacting to this like we do when the cat comes in. Yes, you are. Stay on topic. Please ignore him. Footnote. He will wander away in a minute. He just wants to get in here and cause problems. That sounds exactly like my cat, in fact. Koshak is my Lucius confirmed, I guess. You think hard to yourself about this. You really want to go pet the big goat dad? Hey, goat dad. Goat dad shout out. But you want to dish about this guy's love life even more. You've heard some about this situation from the other side, of course. But you really shouldn't let Gilekh know that Tagora tells you about their tentative and awkward pitches flirtation. Unless, you know, it helps you get more friends. Yes, never betray the trust of your friends, unless it benefits you in some way. Good moral standing right there. No! You slap your own cheek to snap yourself out of it. No secret spilling. Gilekh leans away from you against the back of his chair. Fuck, you are really not doing anything to change my impression of you. You have an idea, so you cut him off before he can monologue to you to death. You tell him that sounds like, you tell him that it sounds to you like what's really bothering him, a regular non-freaky guy, is that he's jealous of your free-spirited friendability. He wants what you've got. Now people are singing Hamilton to each other in chat. I want to be in the room where it happens, the room where it happens, the room where it happens. He glares at you, his breathing quickening. Hoo yeah, hit a nerve. I do not want anything of yours. Uh-oh. What is it that you mean by that, though? What is it exactly that you have got? He is not... Never mind. Redact that. I reiterate my previous non-covetous stance. By the way, is this the trolls? Is this the troll symbol for X in the corner? This little. I assume this is the troll rune for X. I do not want anything of yours. Interrupting him has worked pretty well so far, so you try it again. Let's cut the shit, you say? There is no reason for him to hide anything from you. It is indeed the X. First of all, you already promised to like him no matter what. Secondly, you know what it's like to want to impress someone. And finally, you know all about how it is to be a huge motherfucking weirdo. Weirdo. Why did I pronounce that weird? So, why doesn't he let you show him how to walk on the wild side? He can take a few pointers from Alternio's biggest freak. You can see the ensuing makeover montage already, and you start bouncing a little bit in your seat. Protag seems to have forgotten that angering high bloods is a bad idea. True. I have zero interest in... Okay, that won't do it. You try one more tactic, telling him you guess he just doesn't mind not knowing shit about how to be a freak. Oh, Gilekh, they'll all say. Smart at how to be boring, and a real big dumbass about weird stuff. Ah, I see what you're doing. Footnote. Unfortunately for Unfortunately for me, it will absolutely work. You know, I know that you're playing me, but you're right. It stands to reason that allowing you to broaden my horizons with your alien ways will only strive to increase my cultural competence. Great! So what'll it be? Shopping for a new, more casual suit? Or something wilder? Spicy undergarments? Dyeing your hair? Other weirder body mod? Gilek's eyebrows shoot up. That last one sounds interesting. Whoa. He's just jumping right into the... He's really ready to go whole ass, huh? You weren't expecting that from this guy. But you guess maybe he was waiting for an excuse to try something? That or he really can't deal with not being Alternia's biggest obnoxious know-it-all? With your skin tone, I'm thinking something in upcycled burlap. Go big or get called, as they say. Damn, that probably is what they say. Anyway, you can't wait to get this show on the road. You tell him that you even know a guy that can probably help him out. Will he be discreet? I'm willing to leap into this, but I do need to protect my privacy, of course. Oh, for sure. You mean, like, probably. His brow furrows, either at your continued interruption or your hesitance, so you waste no more time and whip out your palm musk. You pull up the secret great profile you got Malik to make so that you could keep in touch and call him. Hey, there we go. Our boy. What's up, Robo Buddy? You get right to it and tell him you made a new friend who's looking to get a new hole put in him. Behind you... Behind him, you hear Gilekh choke on his coffee. Artistically! An aesthetic hole! Look at his troll-tay. Snake bites. Nice. Yes. And its bites is in, like, kilobytes, as a cute little pun. Gilekh shrugs weakly, his eyes still wide. Or something similar. Hell yeah. Anything for you, bud. Malik's eyes dart from your face to the room behind you. You're not sure how much you can see through the screen, though. My gear is easy to pack, so I'll be over soon. Snakebite is a type of piercing. Yes, that too. I'll bring options. You start to give him directions, but he stops you. Don't worry, I know exactly where you are. Your palm husk is low-jacked. Figured you'd be cool with that. See you soon. Malik hangs up, and you grin at Gilekh to reassure him. This sure seems like a manageable situation. Sure it does. He offers you more coffee, which you take, because you are a polite guest. Gilekh starts, ID team? Gilekh starts ID team, whatever that means, in a small leather-bound notebook. So you mostly watch, listen to him explain the brainstorming process, take sips, and wish the goat would come back. Eventually you hear soft footsteps approaching. Gilekh jumps when Malik opens the baby gate. How'd you get in the front door? I hacked it. Galekh's mouth opens and shuts a few times. His eyes dart between you and Malik's matching hoodies. Oh yeah, that's right, we are still wearing his hoodie from when we almost drowned. Yeah, just kidding. Your operation is pretty low-tech for an Indigo, unfortunately. Your Lucius let me in? Anyway, I'm Malik. And from behind him, a proud bleating. Hell yes! Gilekh looks around and wrings his hands. There's a lot going on all of a sudden. He points to you. Wait. The goat stopped. I was about to make noise for the goat, but then the goat stopped appearing. You, alien, hold on to my Lucius. He cannot be unsupervised in here or he will eat everything. And as for you, Malik. Hello, my name is Gilekh. Xigisi, welcome to my hive. Footnote. Things are not typically so hectic in here, I apologize. That's no problem. I hear you want to get freaky. Goat Dad is continuing to goat off-screen. Gilekh tugs at the bottom of his suit jacket, straightening it reflexively. Poor dude. You want to tell him you're proud of him for going so far out of his depth, but he seems to be holding his own here. Plus, the goat really wants to make a snack out of some old paperbacks. You take your job seriously and hold on tight to his neck. Bah. Bah. Word of God, by which I mean Malik's writer and also then the writer of his root. So Malik only uses exclamation point equal sign when tipsy, and he may or may not have definitely been tipsy for this. Okay, so that's kind of funny. Hug the goat. Yes, we take your job seriously and hold on tight to the goat's neck. We are hugging the goat. The goat has been hugged. Yes, that is correct. I hear you have the tools to help me achieve this. I am open to a wide range of modifications. Footnote. I will need to be able to hide it easily under clothing, however. My notebook has some sketches. Footnote. Look only in the last 6 pages. Flip to an unauthorized section and you will lose the privilege of using your eyes ever again. You want to dutifully look and not touch too, but wrangling a big goat is a full-time job. Malik holds up the notebook for you both to see. Hi, Cat. Cat Dad, meanwhile, is also interrupting the stream. You can't see him because he's over there. But he is, like, playing with stuff on the desk behind the camera. Yeah. Wow, Gilekh's not a bad artist, actually. Still, you have to kind of turn your head and squint to make out what is going on in a couple of the sketches. You guess there are still a few surprises left for you in the brave new world of troll anatomy, huh? Excuse me. You point to the sketch that you like best with one hand as you scramble to keep hold of a fistful of wriggly Lucius fur with the other. Yeah, I can work with that. The cat's in kind of an awkward position for a hug. Hell yeah, button up. Get some layers off. Hell yeah, button up. Get some layers off. Gilekh flicks his eyes to you, and you give him a big, supportive thumbs up. You look politely away as he starts taking off his jacket. Or are we going to get another shirtless troll scene? Instead, you focus on your job. And oh, you have some pocket snacks. You pull out some mostly not bruised fruit and offer it to Gilek's Lucius. He chomps it up readily and calms down a bit. Geez, can't Gilekh afford some food for this guy? He eats plenty. Footnote. He's only being dramatic. Again, sounds like my cat. Gilekh doesn't take off his undershirt, but he does roll up the bottom of it before leaning his forearms against the back of one of the chairs, exposing the broad pallops of his hips and back. We're going for a tramp stamp. That design does capture an affable facet of my core self. Get going on it. Footnote. Before I change my mind. I assume I do not need to spell out any potential consequences if you stray from the artistic vision, correct? Malik rolls his eyes and pulls out a tattoo gun. It looks mostly how they do on Earth, but with a strip of greenish, almost biological light. Don't worry, your blood color equals I. Don't worry, your blood color is crystal clear. Gilekh winces at the first press of the gun to his skin. Or maybe it's lasers? There's a glow happening back there. Malik has a strong anti-shirt aura. Yes. With the Lucius sated, you're free to see what's going on, so you climb onto the chair Gilekh's leaning against the back of and peek over to watch. It's kind of an adorable image, really, just like I imagine... I just imagine, you know, MSPA readers like, hmm? Just like a cat watching from up above. So what's the deal with this anyway? Tattoos don't seem much like your vibe. There's no specific reason. I am simply fleshing out my worldly experiences. Footnote. Intense physical pain for one, although I am able to bear it. Attaining visceral knowledge of a new kind. He's checking off something from his bucket list, you helpfully add. Very poor choice of words. Gilekh flushes bright blue and jerks backwards, screeching like you haven't heard since you first met and traumatized him. Oh boy, you have no idea how, but that was apparently extremely the wrong thing to say. Phrasing! Phrasing! Watch it. You're gonna make me fuck up your ineffable vision. No need to flip your think pan. Gotta do what it takes to find the bucket, buddy. Okay, cat. Now you gotta... Nope. Okay. No. Ah. Stop it. Okay, there we go. Yeah, picking up the... the cat knocked into the mic. Anyway, where were we? Anyway, let's back up a few pages because I'm not sure where we, where the sound cut out. You're gonna make me fuck up your ineffable vision? No need to flip your think pan. Gotta do what it takes to find the bucket, buddy. I've been there. Gilekh stares decidedly into the middle distance as he breathes in and out and repositions himself against the chair. That is extremely not what this is about. I am perfectly capable of fulfilling my propagational duties. Thank you very much for your vote of confidence. This is not a thing I have to do, it is a thing I want to do. Footnote. There is a significant semantic difference here. If it happens to spark concuspient interest, so be it. Footnote number 3. Or deeper conversational interest. Yeah, whatever. I don't judge. You only have the barest grasp on what they're discussing here, but things are starting to click into place. You don't want to embarrass your new potential friend by calling him out on his crush even further, or by implying that he can't find anyone to fill a quadrant with. Having some connection problems now, I noticed. There might be some stuttering in the stream. I just noticed a little boop, boop in the connection. You tell Malik that Gilekh is making his decisions based on his own personal, emotional, self-educating journey, and that's all. Yes, that is the heart of it, exactly. Thank you. Malik has a nose piercing without a nose, and it's really weird now that I'm looking at it. It's an interesting point. Thank you, footnote. Gilekh smiles at you, and it's crooked and stiff on his face like he hadn't expected to put it there. You smile back and place your hand on top of his, white-knuckled against the back of the chair. He winces in pain. Oh, you can see a little... Yeah, you actually can see a little bit of his abs. With his shirt up like that, I just noticed. It's usually hidden by the text. It's mostly hidden by the text box, though. He winces in pain only once more before Malik steps back, tilting his head to admire his handiwork. That'll do it. Gilekh rolls his shoulders and twists his body around to check his new ink. Satisfied, he turns to extend his hand to Malik. Thank you for your time on such short notice. Would you like to stay to... Malik shakes his head, but cuts him off there. Nah, thanks. I'm not much for the after party. See you around, Robo-Bud. Nice to tat your butt. Nice to tat you, button up. He tosses the gear back in his bag and nods to you both. On his way out, he pets the goat's head, now placid. Now play. One new friend is enough for one day, I suppose. Thank you for encouraging me to try something new. Footnote. It is quite a rush, isn't it? I still do not completely understand you, but your penchant for flinging yourself wholeheartedly into precarious situations is fascinating. That is what you do best. You grin uncontrollably at the compliment. I might try employing that tactic a bit more in my daily life. If it will lead to newer, deeper grasps... Cat is clawing against my leg now. It might... If it will lead to newer, deeper grasps of the troll condition. As such, I have 2 confessions for you. He takes a deep breath and gets the rest out in one go. 1, I knew only an elementary amount of information about rainbow drinkers when I met you, and 2, the reason for my frond hinge jerk reaction at the time was because of my Gorjak-shaped blind spot. It is feelings-based. You don't say. You graciously do not let on that those are 2 of the most obvious pieces of information you've ever encountered. Very good. MSPA reader doesn't show tact very often, but he does show it from time to time. Gilekh clears his throat and thrusts his palm husk towards you. Now that we have taken care of that, take a photo. Footnote. I can't reach. Footnote. Observe me omitting these inadequacies with ease. Oh, this guy's great. He turns around and you lovingly set up the shot. On his hip bone is a modest rendition of his sign. Ah! In indigo, of course. It's framed by 2 sprigs of pine crossed under it in a V. The look on his face as he turns back over his shoulder for the camera is the most self-satisfied thing you've ever seen. When you hand Gilekh his palmas back, he fucks with it for a minute and then starts buzzing with notification after notification. He looks up at you, a smile creeping into the corner of his mouth. He bites it back like he's not sure what to do with the undefinable happiness he's experiencing. He hates it. Oh, come on, we don't get to see it? With his sign, it could look like a spade symbol. He's so happy that he made Gorjak upset. I love it. Okay, well, we got a description of his sign, so we can probably figure out what it is. This little self-satisfied smile is adorable on this victory screen here. But yeah, he's very understated, but this guy's great. I love him. Gilekh. Okay. You're very cute, but you're clawing into my leg now. Oh, you're licking me. Bah. Nibble, nibble. Has Minda done the other 2 routes? Not yet. Well, I did the first failure route, so hang on. I only just got here. Okay. Sign was on his cuffs. I must have missed it. Yeah, I got the first bad end, but not the second. We'll get the second bad end in a minute, as soon as I'm done hugging my cat. Wow, much like... Yeah. Yeah, I did say that I noticed a little connection hiccup earlier. Might pause the stream for a second as soon as we're done with here. Actually, here, I'm just going to do that right now. I'm going to pause the stream for a second, and we'll be right back in a minute. Pausing in 3, 2, 1. I've not stopped the recording, so those of you watching the Twitch stream, if you go back and watch this on YouTube, this is like bonus content that you did not get to see. Alright, starting the stream back up. Let's see. And we're back. Okay. Yes, we're back. Okay, so yeah, we still have to feed the goat. Thanks for the ads, Twitch. Okay, so yeah, I'm gonna just give this another minute before I hit play because everybody's probably giving ads right now. Did Adblock stop working or something? Adblock occasionally... Yeah, people are saying that they got ads even though they use Adblock. Some websites block Adblock, basically. Yeah, I'm just going to type that into chat in case people can't see it because they're watching ads. Adblock doesn't catch everything. Some of the bigger websites, I think, paid off Adblock to not block all of their ads. Big websites. Anyway, that makes sense. Okay, so we've got one more failure route to do with these, which is why I used 3 ad blocks. Okay, so we got the first failure route where he just kicked us out, and now it's time to get the second failure route by feeding the beast. Feed the beast. Oh, there it is. Yeah. Okay, so yeah. I did not notice his sign before, but it is on his cufflinks. It kind of looks like a house. And yeah, as people mentioned, the way they described his tattoo, it probably does look like a spade sign. Feed the beast. As much fun as it is to get monologued at. It's lagging, I had to refresh. Yeah, now might be a good time to refresh it. As much fun as it is to get monologued at, you opt for a change of pace and ask a Gilekh if this goat is a good boy. If you call breaking into my book hive and eating important chapters of my manuscript good, then yes, he's the best. Good, yes. Footnote. It's in the pre-novel phase, if you were wondering. It is more of an experimental word rumpus. He is the best. To be fair, raising and providing for me also makes his presence in my life a net positive. He sighs when he says it, a mix of frustrated and fond. You pull an apple-adjacent fruit from your hoodie pouch. You never know when you might have to spend the day hiding in an alley, so pocket stacks that don't make you puke are extremely useful. You offer it to the Lucius, and he uses his teeth and tongue to pull it to him through a hole in the gate. Nice. You don't have to have a crisis about whether or not you should let him in the room, over whether or not you should let him in the room, because once he's swallowed his snack, he trots back down to the hallway. You mosey over to Gilekh, plop down in the chair, and let him know you're ready to get this face exchange party started. You wonder to yourself what kind of information actually exists about aliens, you mean humans, on Alternia. The fact that you started thinking to yourself as the alien is mostly fine, you figure? Well, here's the other reason I never saw it. His cufflinks, his sign is hidden behind the, is usually hidden behind the text box. It's what the trolls vibe with, which is what you're all about, in the end. But it could be cool, maybe, to hear about the history of humankind from their perspective. You've been curious, and if anyone would know, it'd be this fucking nerd. So you ask. Gilekh is such a transparent softie. Yes, he is. It's great. There is absolutely nothing. I've read all kinds of reports about other alien races, of course. I can pull those for you if you would like. Footnote. If what you're after are bloody accounts of the destruction of entire species, or painstakingly detailed logbooks of resources taken from various planetary systems by our forces, footnote, the economics involved would probably go over your nug bone. As for your species, I can confidently say there is no recorded history of your kind on Alternia, footnote. If it existed, I would know about it. Oh. Wow. So you're the first of your kind to visit, huh? You flex again and brag that maybe that's the secret to why everyone is so hot for your friendship. Excuse me. But even Gilekh can tell you're not really feeling it. If you say so. Are you some kind of high blood equivalent back home? Is that why you're so friendable here? Footnote. Supposedly friendable. I still have yet to feel the impulse. What is your planet's system of government, and where do you fit into it? What are your main off-world exports? What are some defining moments in your species' development? Have you formed any bonds here that you would say fit your planet's equivalent of the quadrant system? Footnote. If so, with whom? You're not ready to take the space SAT. You're still busy trying to sort through the idea that you are literally the only option for him to learn any of this shit. The only one of your kind around. You feel like the frame surrounding your life has shifted, like everything around you zoomed out to the widest angle, with you a tiny speck in the corner, invisible to the naked eye. Off-world exports, he is severely overestimating humanity. Yeah, well, that's what you can do. Whew, maybe you should sit down. Ah, fuck, you're already sitting down? Maybe you should lie down. You crawl onto the floor, which Gilekh probably won't like, but you're too busy having an existential crisis to care. God damn it, that's a lie too. You definitely still care what he thinks about you. This isn't the first time you've felt overwhelmed by your situation since you landed. It isn't even the 100th time, honestly. It's just that kind of always been a back pocket assumption that there'd be some way out of this. Sure, you're having fun making friends and allies, assembling a new wardrobe, and picking up weird survival skills. It just hasn't quite hit you that this might be all that's left for you. For real. Gee. Wow. That is kind of a heavy thing to suddenly realize. It's like, oh god, this is my life now? Just hasn't quite hit you that this might be all that's left for you. For real. Is this floor wriggling another alien friendship ritual I just do not grasp the allure of? Or are you spontaneously suffering? Footnote. I'm not sure how I'm supposed to tell the difference. Please stop, whatever this is. You want to answer him, but words feel so far away at this moment. You try to call up how you crashed, or what the ass you were doing in a spaceship to begin with. What the ass were you doing in a spaceship to begin with? This is a question I want to know. Are you even a certified astronaut? Do you have an advanced degree? Do you have hands? Your vision blurs and you feel queasy. You need air, and lots of it. You run towards the closest available source, a wide window. Defenestrating yourself is maybe not the best option, but it is the one that you are currently the most emotionally attuned to, so that is what the fuck you do. It's kind of sad how Gilekh has no idea how to deal... I mean, would you have any idea how to deal with this? Luckily, the panes of glass open like French doors, and you're still on the first floor. You spill out without breaking any glass or limbs. Behind you, Gilekh hollers. You okay, buddy? Feels nice outside. You lay there and breathe in and out and try to pull your shit together. From your prone position, you can see Gilekh put one leg up over the windowsill, shake his head, and then pull it back and turn away. He certainly looks fit enough to be able to manage that leap, but of course he wouldn't bother. He should give up on your hot mess of an alien self. You're fine wasting away out here, like yesterday's banana peels anyway. MSPA reader pulled a papyrus. You're ready to take a depression nap right then and there when you hear the front door open. Gilekh is stomping towards you, flushed and fuming. He looms above you, his large frame quaking with anger. Listen here, you little shoot maggot. I have opened my home to you. I have opened my mind to the possibility of understanding you, despite multiple instances of you not offering me the same courtesy. I only wanted to correct your misconceptions about me and have a chance to exchange some cultural understandings. You have to be the worst ambassador I've ever heard of. But you have heard of me? No, you sit up and promise that hey, it's been great. The best and smartest friend you've made yet. A great host. Excellent. A great host. Excellent, even. Thank you. I'm an excellent host. It's not his fault that you're... It's not his fault you're not clicking like you do with other people. Gilekh asks a question. Protag just fucking jumps out the window. Yeah. Everybody's like, Minda beat me to it. It's like, yes, you did. Did you not think I would catch the Doc Scratch reference? Really? Hold that thought about Doc Scratch, because I have a thought about it later. If it were true, why would you spend this entire visit acting like... If that were true, why would you spend this entire visit acting like a fresh-hatched idiot? At this point, I have to conclude that you are either mocking me and my genuine interest in you... At this point, I have to conclude that you are mocking me and my genuine interest in you. There's no other explanation for your behavior. Do not begin to insult me by claiming otherwise. You try to explain that you were just in your feelings, but he has stopped humoring you. He turns on his heel and stomps back inside. Oh, the Jack Sparrow one? Yes, I got that one too. You want to hope that he'll come back. The drive to understand outweighing the drive to be done with your sorry ass. But you know he won't. You drag yourself to your feet and start the slow, lonely walk to somewhere. Anywhere else. From the open window, his Lucius cocks his head to the side and softly bleats his goodbyes. The bad end. It's even labeled just bad end. Or maybe with the goat there, it's bad end. I'm sorry, that was bad. But you have heard of me. So there's a theory going around that the MSPA Raider literally is Doc Scratch in disguise. I mean, maybe. Like, this is, maybe he Scratch's a goblin cousin. Or he's like, I don't know, like a construct made for by Doc Scratch. To study troll friendship? I don't know. I do think Doc Scratch is involved somewhere in here, as has been stated previously. I mean, we know he's involved with Homestuck, or we know he's involved in the main Hiveswap plot, because he kind of showed up at the end there. But yeah. Ugh, thirsty. I'm not serious about this. I don't know if Alicia is. I mean, with Doc Scratch, you never know. I mean, bear in mind that one part of Doc Scratch's personality is concentrated sweet bro and hella Jeff. So you never really know with him. Anything's plausible. But yes, I like Gilekh. He is a good being. So first of all, we need to see what Gilekh's sign is. What it is and what it means, what it's associated with. So if somebody can link me that from the extended Zodiac, that'd be great. And the thought about Doc Scratch, oh, there it is. It's already in there. But yeah, the Doc Scratch thought I've been entertaining of late is I've been thinking about like a character who is okay. So I'm like going through the D&D manual and just kind of excuse me. I've been rereading the D&D Player's Handbook for fun. Just kind of because it's been a while since I've done that, and I wanted to like double check some rules that I don't play as. Like I'm in the middle of a D&D campaign now where I play as a paladin, and I wanted to like double check some of the rules that don't necessarily pertain to paladins all that often because you never really know. You might be getting something wrong without even realizing it. And I had the interesting thought for a character. Imagine a warlock. Whose patron was literally just Doc Scratch. Just Doc Scratch as the patron for a warlock. Just like... Because, like, I imagine that would be fun. Because, like, you'd have to deal with his snarky ass every time you wanted to cast spells or whatever. That would be terrifying. Oh, God. Get green sun boons and shit? Yeah. I mean, he would, but then he would have to, like, deal with Doc Scratch whenever he wanted to use them. Well, not necessarily. Isn't that just Vriska? It's not even... Yeah, it's partially Vriska. It's more like Rose, honestly. Like, Rose, during Act 4, right before she went grimdark. Because, like, she was actually consulting Doc Scratch for information. Vriska was sort of a... what's the word I'm looking for? She was an unwitting apprentice to Doc Scratch, whereas Rose was actually like consulting him for information. So yeah, basically Rose in Act 5. That would be that's basically the model for my hypothetical warlock. Yeah, Act 5, Act 2, Rose has like 2.5 warlock patrons. This is also true because she has the elder things from, the outer from beyond the outer ring. She has Doc Scratch, The trolls almost count as advisors in that regard too, kind of. Anyway, so yeah, enough of that interesting conversation. Gilekh's sign is Xigisi, sign of the hostess. He is an excellent host. You possess the unique combination of qualities held by all indigo signs, prospect dreamers and the bloodbound. Interesting. Even though they're bloodborne. Alright, so that is it for that session. That ran a... Felt like that route ran a very long time. But anyway, we are going to pause for a moment and then get on to the next troll. We have one more troll to play for this volume, and that will be that. See you in a moment. Bye-bye.